What is something people shouldn't have to feel shame over? Pooping. We have all been there, on an average, daily. Sometimes it doesn't go well. Especially in public. Man, when I gotta go I gotta go. FK the haters. Being wrong. It's okay to be wrong, it's how you learn. There's an awesome TED Talk about this, well, arguments in general, more people need to watch it. Edit, it's called, For Argument's Sake, for those interested. How much body hair they have. Mental illness, personality disorders, learning disabilities. Not doing something simply because you don't want to. Not sure if it's just me, but I always find myself making excuses to not go somewhere or do something, usually with other people, like saying I'm tired, have work to do, etc. But sometimes you just don't wanna go, and that's okay. Seeking help. Therapists, rehab centers, academic tutors, fitness trainers, etc. Admitting you are struggling in any facet of your life and seeking a way to fix it should be appreciated or at least respected. Going bald. There's no control over it whatsoever, but men who go bald tend to take a serious hit to self-confidence when it happens. I hate that my superficial value as a human being is tied to the thickness of my hair. Their job. No one should ever feel ashamed of doing an honest day's work. Failure to get an erection spreads shame all around. Men feel like they have failed, are lousy lovers, lesser men. Women feel like they're doing something wrong, aren't attractive, or the man just isn't interested. If it's a regular thing, go see a doctor, but sometimes, especially as you get older, the juices just aren't flowing right. Wow, these are all amazing answers, but periods. Yeah, as a dude who buys my girlfriend tampons and their ilk when necessary, it's laughable that other shoppers and the cashiers think they can shame me about it. It's no different than buying shampoo or toilet paper or toothpaste, it's just something you need in your house. Crying. Crying is awesome. The tension that is released from a good cry is amazing. I feel like if everyone cried more often, there would be a lot less suffering in the world. Being in an abusive relationship. It's easy to feel ashamed when you hear people asking, "Oh, why does so-and-so stay? They're a fool." But when you're in it, your perspective of reality is warped, and it genuinely makes sense to stay because you believe that no one else would have you, or because they love you, etc. Some people stay knowing it's abusive because they're ashamed and feel that they got themselves that situation. It is not your fault. The only one who should be ashamed is the abuser, who is probably using your shame to their advantage. It could happen to anyone. It takes courage and strength to leave. Getting caught isn't shameful. You deserve better. Shout out to loveisrespect.org, a great resource to those affected by abusive relationships. Saying no. Your parents. Kids have no say in who their parents are, or what they do. I feel sorry for kids with parents that are looked down upon, poor, addicts, criminals, etc. Kids often get made fun of or have assumptions made about their character because of their parents' character. Not wanting to have kids. There's absolutely no shame in admitting that you're not in a good position, financially or emotionally, to commit your life to raising children. And yet lots of people make it out to be the only worthwhile thing you can contribute to the world. Miscarriage. Even though it's very common, it's also still extremely taboo, which makes it hard to talk about and can make women feel very alone. Typically you only find out how common it is after you've had one, when everyone starts coming up to you and whispering, "Us, too." The loneliness, shame is compounded by the fact that most miscarriages don't have an identifiable cause, which means that it's hard to shake the notion that you must have somehow caused it to happen. Masturbating. Being introverted. I am extremely introverted and am fine with it. But it is hard not to feel shame when people look at you like there is something wrong with you. Their own bodies. Having a kid with special needs. Most parents feel like their kid is wonderful and adds something terrific to their life, and rightly so. It really makes me sad that a lot of parents with kids with special needs are made to feel they are somehow to blame for the way their kids are, or judged for either not doing enough or doing too much for them. Even merely considering these parents to be extra special or brave themselves only for being good parents is embarrassing. Just let them take pride in and enjoy their kids the way everyone else does, and let them vent when they needs to the same way. These parents are not criminals or heroes, most of them are just getting by day like the rest of us. They're sexual fantasies. In my eyes, as long as it's legal, go crazy. STDs. I love the psychological aspect of STDs. People are not ashamed to tell others they have the flu, cancer, or arthritis, but add that sexual aspect, and it becomes taboo. People shouldn't feel bad about getting nervous, saying something awkward around their crush. I think it's actually cute. Buying food with food stamps. I help out my mentally ill brother sometimes, and that means buying food for him on occasion with his food stamps card. The amount of shit I get from some people is crazy. I had someone tell me off in line, then follow me to my car and yell at me some more because my car is too nice to be owned by a poor person. Being single. Buying condoms. FK your judgment gas station lady, I'm getting laid.